Hey YouTube, this is Lucky from the lab, and today I'm going to bring you guys a Xur video giving you his location and advice on what to buy from him for PvP. Now the first thing I'll say is that he's located across from the speaker. He's in front of this door here, and let's look at his inventory. Alright, the Takenaut helmet is an exotic helmet for the Titan, and it's not a PvP helmet at all. It gives rocket launchers tracking, which could be helpful to a legendary rocket, but for the most part isn't that great, and is definitely not comparable to the Truth exotic rocket launcher. It also gives you radar when zooming with heavy weapons, which isn't that practical at all. Heavy ammo drops more often, which does not apply to PvP at all. So this helmet is a good helmet for PvE and has certain aspects for PvE, but for PvP I would not buy this helmet for my Titan. Alright, next is the Skyburner's Annex, which is another helmet but for the Hunter. This gives a chance to create orbs on heavy weapon kills, and with a full super, orbs may grant special ammo. Now, these perks are again lackluster in PvP. Say you get some heavy weapon kills and you drop orbs, that could be somewhat useful for your teammates, but not nearly as useful as a lot of other exotic pieces for the Hunter. Moving on to the next piece, we have the Claws of a Hamakara. Now these are excellent exotic gauntlets for your Warlock, especially if you're trying to use Stormcaller. Stormcaller isn't the preferred super of the Warlock in PvP. The Sunsinger is slightly better because of its abilities, but if you're trying to use a Stormcaller, the Claws of a Hamakara are amazing because the Stormcaller's best attribute is that his melee has an incredible range, and so these Claws of a Hamakara give you an additional melee charge, so you have the best melee in the game times 2. These are great, especially if you're trying to use a Stormcaller. I highly recommend buying these if you like to use Stormcaller on your Warlock, and even if you don't, they are still one of the very best exotic pieces you can use on your Warlock. I personally use Voidfang Vestments, but you could also use Light Beyond Nemesis or these Claws of a Hamakara. It depends on what your playstyle is and what you're trying to do. These are an excellent gauntlet piece, certainly the best of all the 3 pieces in my opinion for this week. Next we have the exotic helmet engram. Of course you can get a variety of different things. Like I mentioned, Light Beyond Nemesis is one option you could possibly get from these. There's a variety of helmets you can get if you're looking for a helmet for your Guardian. The Legacy engram will only give you an exotic piece from year 1, so the light level will be way off, and so I would not recommend buying many of those. Glass needles are always very useful. I mention this almost every time I do a Xur video. Say for example you want to buy the Claws of a Hamakara. It's much better to have an intellect strength Claws of a Hamakara. So what you're going to want to do is buy this exact gauntlet, the Claws of a Hamakara, and then re-roll them right here with the glass needles. And by re-rolling them you should hopefully, with time or with luck, you should be able to get an intellect strength build for your gauntlets right here, so that your Stormcaller will have maximum intellect and then maximum strength, which would mean he'll get his super and his melee back as fast as possible, which are his 2 best attributes for Stormcaller. And you could be using these Claws of a Hamakara for your Voidwalker or for your Sunsinger, and so maybe you want Discipline Strength as your build, but for the Stormcaller build that I'm mentioning, Glass Needles, using them on these Claws of a Hamakara is incredibly useful. Everything else is for PvE, and so I'm not going to talk about those. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I will answer and respond to as many as I possibly can. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.
Hello, I'm Darch. Thank you for watching this Lucky and LUCKYY video. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for daily Destiny videos. Thank you and good night.